This video is streamer gets embarrassed by his new GF.
What's poppin', y'all? I feel like we're getting into an era where there are streamer industry plans because you never hear about somebody, then you suddenly hear about them and they've got several thousand subs already. Subs mean paid people. And then all of a sudden you hear another person that blows up off of the person that felt like an industry plan, or we're just getting old and we're not following the come up of these people. But I feel like I'm not decently tapped in. I'm dripped in, right? It's like you don't got the whole water tap running. It's just bloop bloop, like little plop. That just reminded me of that Vine from way back then of that sound of like Logan Paul's homie, this dude that was a what is it? A dwarf, a little man, a little person, a midget, whatever you want to call it, and him doing that front flip into the water and then it just having that plopping sound. That's just my mind works a little bit oddly. But anyway, back to the topic. So this guy, FaZe Jason, or Jason the Ween, I felt like he blew up out of nowhere. I think he had one of the most meteoric rises I had ever seen, and it wasn't from anybody co-signing him or blowing him up or anything like that. He just took off. I don't even know how. I don't know why. I just understand that he blew up like crazy, and then he got brought into FaZe, or he was already in FaZe. I don't know the details of that, but he started kicking it and streaming with this chick named Sakura. This girl, Sakura, no idea who she is before she got involved with Jason. So they're kicking it. They're trying to do the relationship thing on stream, which fails every single time. I have never seen it work once. Not the relationship working. What usually happens is the individual, like I think Sneeko did this with some girl, Sarah Safari as well. So what usually happens is the guy knows that it's content for the most part, and they're just playing it for content. And then the chick thinks it's content in the beginning and then doesn't know whether it's content or not, and then gets emotionally involved. Maybe an actual relationship forms from it, or they end up hooking up, or she just feels like, yo, this doesn't feel as acting as it did in the beginning. And then maybe feels some sort of jealousy or envy from how the streamer behaves with other chicks. And then that causes a rift. I think that's what happened with the Sneeko situation, but this happens everywhere. But what happened was these two, Jason and Sakura, got into a quote-unquote relationship behind the scenes, like it got serious, and then it ended just as quick as we found out who Sakura was. I think this thing lasted 2 weeks. And then Jason, he announces it, so I'm going to play you guys that clip first.
I'm not going to be weird and not say anything when I skip these clips, but please don't say any more clips of Sakura in my comment anymore. I'm just going to skip, and my mods are going to remove. She's gonna do her own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing. And yeah, bro. She's not gonna be in my stream anymore. That's it. That's that. I wish her nothing but the best though. Okay? Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. I already know y'all about to go crazy, but like, let's just keep it pushing.
So this guy's like, yeah, you know, this thing's over with. It is what it is. Keep it pushing. Now, people are like, hold on, we're not going to keep it pushing. How did that even happen? So what happened was this girl, Sakura, got exposed by somebody in his chat for talking to her ex-boyfriend, or him being like in the chat. I think they screenshotted her Discord when she opened it up. And then if you scroll down a couple of messages, you can see in the first 3 or 4 people, it's her ex-boyfriend. So she is getting heat, and Jason obviously, like, he dumps her, and she even explains the situation about how it starts as content. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Obviously, Jason and I did start out, it's just content, but I know it's pretty obvious that there was something going on behind the scenes with the two of us, but I just have like way too hard of a time dealing with other people's opinions in my relationship and everything that I do, and just constantly being ridiculed and being put out to be this person that I'm not, and I just wanted to share that with you guys.
So yeah, this just goes to show this always happens every single time. It's never not happened. I would say more so, I think usually it's mutual. They both want to get into the situation, but more often than not, the chick kind of just falls for the dude because it's like you're acting out a relationship that's very hard to be detached from. I think guy streamers, from what I've seen, not guys in general, guy streamers, they're able to do that a bit better. Like DDG does that all the time. He's a killer at that. So she stopped being on his stream because of the hate that she was getting. But then she talks about the breakup, and I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
But once you start to see all these things that you're insecure about, getting nitpicked even more, and everything that you do is so, like, ridiculed, it really does eat at you. And I know, like, everyone is so supportive, and everyone always tells me, like, push through, it's okay, like, just ignore it. Like, I was always hearing that, and I was trying really hard. But I definitely did reach a breaking point where it, like, genuinely has, like, broken my heart, and, like, I've become insecure about things that I've never cared about before. And I didn't want to say that because I know that just lets other people win. And it's good to be strong and like really.
So you got this chick crying without tears. That's one of the most like impressive things that I've ever seen like certain chicks do. Like not a single tear has come out. I'm looking for these tears, but I don't see any. Well, her eyes are red, but I'm willing to say that these tears are from the hate that she's getting more so than her whatever. Why is she even crying anyway? That's the funny part. She was the one that was communicating. So I'm going to play you guys this next clip where she talks about not being over the previous relationship.
But I think sometimes, like, when you don't say something and you have, like, all these people, like, picking at you and, like, thinking you're doing all this stuff that you're not doing. Like, I'm just a human, too. And I really did try a lot to push down from getting, like, a lot of hate. I tried for, like, months to let it go. And I know that's not Jason's core community, and that's not my community either. And I kept trying to tell myself that it's all these people that, you know, are just, like, unhappy.
So here she was talking about, yeah, that relationship was a long time ago. She's still into the previous dude, which is unsurprising. Like, this chick clouded up off of Jason. This is the funny thing is that this doesn't work in reverse. So, for example, like, let's say this girl Sakura was, or let's say Pokemon, right? Let's say Pokemon is huge. And she starts dating some dude that's a streamer. She was actually already dating a rapper, but rapper. You guys definitely won't guess who. But let's say some dude is dating Pokemon that's a streamer. Will get a boost while he's with her. But when he leaves, his career is damn near over. I mean, it's going to be down in the dumps. They're abandoning him and going back to Pokemon. But the reverse doesn't happen. Like, look at Karuche with the Chris Brown. This even happens in entertainment. Karuche leaves Chris Brown. She's still clouded up off of Chris, and she keeps the momentum going. Same thing with this girl. She's going to keep the momentum going. She's going to have a bunch of people that came up off of Jason, and that's just the nature of the game. It is what it is. But here she talks about, like, oh, nah, he had to go get my dog, something like that. This exploded so much that her ex-boyfriend actually had to address it. And this is where you get the negative effects of, well, they're mostly negative, other than monetary, of parasocial relationships. It's because this guy was forced to speak. So I'm going to play you guys this clip right now.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and quickly address anything that has to do regarding the Sakura or Jason, because, like, first things first, I just want to address that me and Sakura are not in a relationship, nor do we ever plan on getting in a relationship. Like, no, I didn't watch her dog while she was in Japan, nor nor LA. I have no involvement with her dog nor her. Me and Sakura broke up like 5 months ago, and we don't plan on ever looking back and getting back together. I wouldn't even like consider ourselves friends. We don't hang out. We don't talk like at all. The most recent time I messaged her, which is to address the Discord message, was while I was packing for Japan. I found baby pictures of her, and I don't have the heart to throw away baby pictures, so I gave her a message, and I was like, I have these pictures that might mean something to someone, so do you want them? And she politely declined and was like, no, I don't want them. So I was like, sure, I'll drop them off at your dad's, and that's that. And to address like being logged in to her PC while we were dating, I did used to look for clips for her and make TikToks for her. So that's answers that. But to answer why it's still logged in is I honestly couldn't give you an answer. She just didn't never removed it. It has nothing to do with me, and I don't have an answer for why she didn't. She has her reasons, and I bet they're perfectly valid reasons. But again, I have no involvement with her, and I won't ever. I honestly just want to say, like, I have nothing but respect for Sakura. I wish her nothing but the best, and likewise to Jason. I have no idea what is going on between the two of them. Maybe I hopefully hope that if things do work out, that they get back together. Quite honestly, but respectfully, I want nothing to do with it, and I don't want to be involved. And yeah, that's that.
So this guy, he's even saying like, yo, I don't got nothing to do with this chick. We not cool. I don't talk to her. I got nothing to do with her. We're never gonna do. And also, their man always ends up being their editor. Like, what's that other girl, Snow Cone? I think I did a video on her, the infamous 10K a month is not enough girl. People were telling me her boyfriend is her editor, videographer. People were saying that dude Riot was the only guy that would produce for Ice Spice, and then she cheats on him. And I don't know. She cheats on him, dumps him. This seems to be a recurring theme that these dudes are usually this chick's editor. And now he's not even involved with this, so she keeps it pushing. So this guy's clearly not into her, doesn't care. And some people are saying like, yo, why is he saying anything? The reason he's saying anything is because he's probably getting nutball death threats and doxxed, and his family is getting harassed because some chick who he hasn't been involved with for 6 months decided to message him and do something disrespectful to the new guy who has a rabid fan base currently. So this guy gets dragged into it, and he's like, yo, I'm throwing up my hands. Hands up, don't shoot. Like, please chill. I got nothing to do with this. Like, I'm not trying to get involved in their situation. So this girl Sakura has to save face. And even Aiden Ross responded to this, and he had a funny response.
It's so
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I saw this. Listen, this is a method. This is what a lot of girls do that have... Guys, I'm gonna keep it a full-on buck. She cheated, and she's crying. You cheated on him. Like... Dude, here's the thing, right? Guys, she cheated, and she's crying, and she only is crying because she got caught. She wouldn't have given a...
This is 100% pure, unadulterated facts from Aiden Ross, and who else would experience this better than him? I mean, he's been in this situation before. I don't know about, like, the actual cheating, but this chick, she knew what it was, and she knew what she was doing, and she knew what she was doing was wrong and could be perceived as wrong, and she slipped up and got caught, which is... You're a fool if you think you're going to do something shisty behind the scenes and not get caught by 100,000 plus terminally online parasocial teenage to early 20s fans of the person you're involved with. Like, you're an idiot. They've got more people investigating than some FBI teams. So the fact that she thought she could do something was foolish, but I'm not giving this girl credit for anything. And also, the type of personality that gets into streaming, male or female, what type of personality do you think that is? It attracts a certain type of individual. Now, there are different types of streamers. Like, for example, like a Soluminati, that guy tried IRL. He said, man, F this. I'm not involved with this whatsoever. I don't like this. I don't like the attention. And that's why he does content in the way that he does. He's a different personality. This chick, she got on there. She clouded up off this dude. She knew what she was doing. I do think she got emotionally involved with this guy, but I do think it started off as a business decision of, okay, I can cloud up off of him. And then maybe she started to like him partially because they're acting out this relationship on stream for hours a day. They're not professional actors, so when they get off stream, she was incapable of not getting attached. So yeah, she's catching a W, and she's got to get her audience to feel bad for her. What's the easiest way to do that? Man, drop some tears. These dudes that are following are probably like, yeah, you misunderstood this and that. It's all right. Things happen. You made a mistake. People just, those other guys, they're really toxic. The other guys in terms of like Jason's community, who most of her fans probably came from anyway. So this thing's gonna blow over. I am surprised that this dude Jason is very, very mature to just pretty much like toss this to the side, be like, yo, not involved, okay, it's done, and then just leave it and keep it pushing. Because I think a lot of streamer guys, they would play this for content. They would kind of, not woe is me the situation, but paint her a bit evil. So he gave her a lot of grace by not weaponizing his audience. Like, man, this chick did me dirty. I thought she was different. If he was talking like that, oh boy, she would be feeling the pain. So he spared her in two different ways. So hopefully she's appreciative of that. Well, if she's not appreciative, like she was sliming this guy out for some guy that clearly don't give a damn about her, that must hurt him even more. He's like, yo, this guy don't even care about you, and I'm out here doing the most up in your career. We're getting along, and you still just interested in him, and you not over him? Sheesh. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you.
Really, all I gotta say is shout out to Jason for that. I don't know too much about the situation, but none of my business.